This is the skeleton of the rear seat back from my project Fast Fish. And I say skeleton because the Gator Nationals were in town last weekend, and I wanted to make sure that Mr. Jimmy Stahl had something returned to him. It was a favor that had been done on his own behalf that got Pop really frustrated with him. So I'll leave the story to him to tell. If you know Mr. Jimmy, make sure to ask him about that or visit his garage. So I wanted to remove the seat covers, and that gave me a good opportunity to go ahead and change out and do a quick, not change out, but restore quickly the rear frames on this thing. Of the seats. So what I went ahead and done is I went ahead and took off the seat cover and the foams. And then that said, okay, how is the condition of these? Are there any big rust areas that are rusted through that I maybe need to weld a patch on or what have you? I was really concerned with that. And I didn't find any of that, which is a really, really good thing. So what I ended up doing was removing the seats. Now, if you had never removed the seats before, what you would basically do is you're working from the back side of the seat itself. Let me put it that direction real quick. Effectively this side, right? And the seat covers wrap around, all right? And when I do the front seat covers, I'll show you in more details, but they wrap around. And then they are held on to these little areas by these little dog rings. They look very similar to this right here, except they're going through the upholstery and maybe the foam itself. You basically cut those off using a pair of cutters, okay? And then you go ahead and easily and carefully remove the cover itself and then remove the foam itself. Now, when you get to this part right here, this little screen mesh, all right, you can remove that as well if it is in bad shape. Now, I looked at mine, and although it's rusty, the overall mesh is in great shape. And I decided to reuse it because, well, I couldn't find this stuff online. And this mesh is kind of unique. You notice it's just nothing more than a vinyl-like mesh, almost plastic, but it's a really, really good plastic. It's, made in the 70s. So, I mean, it's still lasting pretty long. But it's got these little bars that run through it. And these bars run over where the springs are or the coils are on the back itself. And so some of it's rusted through, but I was like, you know what? When the seat cover and the seat cushion go on there, it'll back everything up, and I probably got several more years of life out of that. No big deal, and it maintains that kind of structure. Because look what happens when I push here. If I push my hand across this screen, right, that metal helps kind of bend all the coils around it. Alrighty, so I wanted to make sure that was in place. Now, this is the seat back. I want to make a quick warning for those who are looking at doing this themselves. This part right here, where I'm pointing at with my thumb as I'm holding up the screen, don't cut that. Do not cut that. Because as you pull it apart, you'll realize that this is actually holding back the main frame. There's a little frame piece or a wire outline that goes around the top perimeter. Let's see if I can get on my finger there. The top perimeter here and around. And if you cut that, everything's going to go kaboing on you. All right, you don't want it going kaboinging on you. So leave that in place. But you can remove this. And once I had that removed, I was able to do all the pieces right in here and all the frames and such using a wire wheel and a brush, and was able to go ahead and get that cleaned up. And then when I got it cleaned up, I did nothing more than a simple etch primer or self-etching primer, automotive style, and of course some semi-matte paint to kind of keep it from, well, rusting out again on me. Alrighty. Again, this is going to be on the inside of the car, and then I'll probably get another 50 plus years out of that based off its condition. And one last thing I did want to make you guys know or aware of: if you decide not to reuse these, no big deal. If you decide to reuse these, what I ended up doing is I just took some zip ties and kind of reformed it based off of where it had been sitting at. All right, and then use zip ties and key points to kind of keep it into place while it awaits for foam and recushioning. And that goes for the same over here. Now over here, what I'm doing is it's going to be a little bit of time before I can get to it. So I went ahead and wrapped this in some cellophane packaging wrap. You can order this stuff offline. I'll leave a link for you where I got mine from. I got mine from Amazon, and it's nothing more than pallet or packing wrapping, or as my buddy used to say in Miami, shrink wrap. So there you go. And again, this got the same treatment, but it's ready to go into storage for a long time and should keep the buggies and moisture out of that.